Hey guys, welcome back to D&D. I know it's been a long ass time. I'm very sorry for that. Scheduling is a bit of a bitch. So we're back. And joined by Xilo, Ricky, Solitaire, and Galg. And we are continuing our main campaign. So hopefully we'll be able to pick up where we left off. And where we left off, well, it's been a bit of a conversation. It's been a while for us, as I said. So I think we are directly after a large battle fought in the abandoned town, something to do with the stone. I can't remember the name right now.
Nightstone.
Nightstone, that's right. In the deserted town of Nightstone, where we have encountered two factions that we're not totally sure what they represent yet. One faction kind of off on this kind of wrecked island fort south of the town, and this other faction kind of showed up in town while we were dealing with the bottom faction. And while we were beginning our discussion, our negotiation with them, trying to figure out what they wanted, what they were doing here, we were all attacked by a large band of orcs. It was a pretty intense, pretty close fight, but we did manage to emerge victorious. And we are directly after that trying to figure out what we're going to do. If we're going to go after the villagers and try to save the townsfolk, or if we're going to do something else. So I think that's about where we left off.
Sounds about right.
All right.
Nalla wants to loot the orc war chief.
That's been on the little
Nalla's
discussion
mine
we've
for the
had
last
for about
month.
like 3 weeks.
Yes.
So
Barros will head over to the two surviving members of the band and see if anyone is okay or needs aid or assistance, or if I can help any of the down members. See, I'll start checking to see if they're alive.
you find a great axe, a spear, and a set of chainmail. You're muted.
Well, I wasn't saying anything. I'm just trying to remember.
I would like to go where the people have fallen are, and check if they're still alive, or if they're barely breathing, or just unconscious.
Roll me medicine checks. Okay, so you go over to Zokin and Kella. Barros.
No, okay. Well, first thing first, I checked as I said, I kind of said both these things. I want to check the wounded as well, so I'm doing that first.
Roll me a medicine check.
I did.
Right. Most of them appear quite dead, various forms of it.
All right, then I'll head over to Keller and say, well fought. It seems some of us made it out alive. I'm sorry for your losses. Is there anything we can do to assist or aid?
Hold up just 1 second. So you said most of them are dead, so there's some of them that are still alive?
Kella and Zokin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But all the nameless ones are
All
all
the
dead?
deadless, but the X'd out bodies are all dead, yes.
The red shirts are dead.
Okay.
Well, the first thing could be, can you help me with Zokin to get him back into the inn?
Yeah.
Zokin's kind of like slumped over against the side of this this building here.
All right, I will head over and do my best to get an arm under him or a shoulder to help move him.
I'll say hang on, and I'll try to gather everyone around this. Let me cast the spell. Eryn, I'll try to get Eryn and Nalla in within
So
30
throughout
feet.
time, you're able to congregate people together.
Okay, I'll cast Prayer of Healing.
All right.
Is that a ritual or just?
You want to throw up the card for it?
It's essentially
an AoE heal?
essentially 2d8
Oh.
plus my spell casting modifier. So
Cool. Well, I will pick up because I think, judging from just the state of how I came out of this, I think I would be basically almost off my feet. Like I'd be running on adrenaline at this point, adrenaline and dregs. So I think the heals are going to be pretty uplifting, like in that moment. So I think I would perk right up and be like, "Turns out you're not useless after all, Erifror. Thank you very much for that." And I lost sight of you amongst the large orcs. Was worried on your behalf.
Well, that was very fun. Okay, so if everyone is not dead, Then let's raise the drawbridge and talk inside the inn. How about this?
One thing at a time. Maybe we should get this man inside. Or maybe, you can run and raise the drawbridge. Shout if you see anything more. We'll get him inside and then...
Takes 10 minutes to cast Prayer of Healing.
Okay, we can have this conversation then as he's casting it. That'd be great.
Oh, the thing...
I think they prefer to be inside is the point. Like, they don't want to be outside for 10 minutes. Like, they want to go and take a seat inside.
Alright. Well, then I'll say as Erifror comes over, I'll say, our man here is a cleric. He may be able to aid. Shall we stay close, or do you just want to get inside and we can maybe aid him there?
And Zolkin turns and says, I'd really prefer to have a sit down inside.
Alright, I'll get under his shoulders or under his arm, try to get a shoulder, give him a hand, and help move him into the building.
Alright.
Me and Eryn will go raise the drawbridge, and we'll meet you inside shortly.
Alright.
Since Aaron's already over there.
I'm trying to loot the orc mage, like to see what he has on him, and then we can draw the bridge up. And I would like to take up my bolts that I shot. I have noted that I used 8 bolts. How long does it take to look for it?
Doesn't take that long, but run an investigation check.
Investigation,
okay. You managed to find 6 of them.
Okay, thank you.
And on the orc, you find a set of ringmail, a shield, and a spear.
No, notes, pergamon, paper, anything.
No.
Okay. I should write it down.
All right. Well, let's pick one first. Maybe we do the drawbridge first, and then we'll come back to inside the building.
All right. So the drawbridge is lifted. Takes you 18 seconds.
And when we were up there, we didn't see anything outside of town.
Nothing.
No more orcs coming to attack us. Okay. Cool. Then we'll just, at least now we'll just go back to the inn where everyone else is congregating.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, then I will... So, once we get them, we escort him inside, does he say anything?
He just, sits down and puts his head on the table. His eyes are still open. He's just like, that fucking hurt.
Did you recognize the group that attacked us? The leaders seemed like exceptional orcs above and beyond the common orc.
Seemed like a very run-of-the-mill war chief to me, but no, I don't know who he is.
Alright. Well, our man or Erifror will be in here in a minute. Maybe he can help out with some of these wounds. He's magic that can put some vitality back in us, put a little bit of life back in our step here.
So the AoE healing that Gog did, that's a
yet.
10-minute cast? Okay,
It takes
gotcha.
10 minutes to do.
Gotcha. Shall we do that?
That's why you create a spell card, please, Galga. Okay, so everybody congregates in the inn together. And there are 6 creatures, so you could start casting that over the course of 10 minutes.
Barros, would it be okay if you can find out if any of these items are magical in any way?
You have a one-track mind, Nalla. I'll be happy to do that in a minute. Let's just see if... it's going to take my full concentration to do that. So let's just see if there's any details we want to address before I do that. I think that can wait.
Yes. Okay.
So do you have any idea why they attacked us? I say to the other two, Keller and her friend.
No, I don't know why. I guess sometimes the orcs just like to loot different places.
Yeah, seems like they were taking advantage of a potential opportunity. That's all.
Just
Possibly.
I just worry a little bit if these cloud giants possibly working with the goblins. The goblins seemed it's like he was in the employ of something else, as goblins almost always are, right? Could these orcs also be involved in some way? I mean, is this a coordinated waves of attacks, for example, or is this just random happenstance? Seems like a very shitty place to be, Nightstone, all of a sudden.
I don't know. Like, it's been... how long has it been since the attack on the town by these cloud giants you're talking about?
A couple of days, I think, judging from the terrain. Is that right? Not long.
I don't know. We've been here less time than you have, so...
Yeah. Not long,
well,
but there were goblins. I mean, we showed up, you know, what has it been? Did we spend the night here? I can't remember. We did spend the night. We showed up here yesterday, and goblins were looting the town, essentially. So it's not,
well,
I mean, it's not been long.
We had some gauge on that based on how long the few bodies that we found were decomposed, right?
A couple of days, right? Can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember either.
Yeah,
I think
it was
so.
a couple of days. That's what I remember. Okay. Well, we'll tell him that. Shall I say that? We'll tell him what we knew, I'll say.
You got to bear with this, Sully. We apologize. We'd like to be better informed players most of the time.
Yeah. Well, if you want to be well informed, take notes. Like, says, well, I don't know. Maybe the orcs see that this place has been under attack and they come here as well. I don't know how they work.
Yes, maybe even the goblins were like this, just to see an opportunity and take advantage of it.
Well,
I guess so. I mean, the town was undefended, right?
Yeah.
Yes, completely. So
Prime opportunity then.
Could be.
So 10 minutes of dancing and then healing happens and then everyone feels better?
Yep. Alright, 8 points better.
Yep.
Okay then, so what's next? I assume we all rest here tonight, and then we can either go to try kill all the orcs, or maybe see if we can save the villagers. What does everyone think?
Wait, which orcs?
Oh, not the orcs.
The little orcs. Goblins.
Yeah, the little
Oh.
goblin orcs.
Yeah. I want to approach Xiloscient and I want to say that your comrades fought bravely. I'm sorry for your loss. I hope everything is okay.
For them. Actually, I will suggest. I'll say, you know, there is some haste needed to potentially catch up to these villagers. They've been gone at least a few days now. But we could spare the time to help you bury your comrades if you'd like.
No, that's okay. It's something I would rather do myself.
I feel like we are not quite finished our business, but shall we perhaps catch up with you when we come back from... I feel like time is of the essence of, you know, we will rest and be off as soon as we can tomorrow. We can maybe chat a little bit tonight, but perhaps we could come back afterwards. Where could we find you? Where will you be?
Probably here resting. I don't think we're going to be going far.
Okay.
Did you want to come with us?
I don't think I'm in much condition for me to be going with you, my friend.
Fair enough.
Okay. Well, you are the new mayor of the town.
Huh.
At least until you leave.
Thanks very much. It means a lot for you to say that to me.
All right. So they don't seem real chatty. So I will step a little bit away from the group and I will sit down and kind of meditate / focus on these items that Nalla's asked me to have a look at, and I will cast the identification or whatever it's called.
Okay.
Find it. Okay.
Identify.
Identify. Yeah.
Any of the rest of you wanting to talk or anything like that?
I mean, Nalla super wants to know if the Great Axe is magical.
She I just imagine her like this huge barbarian or Goliath jumping
Yeah,
up
exactly.
and down. Yeah.
I want to take the things from the orc mage to also have them like checked if they are somehow magical, because he was super strong.
Identify is 1 item at a time.
You're right. So don't do identify. Just do like detect magic.
Thank you. I will.
Yep.
I will first cast identify magic, and
detect magic.
Yep. I'll cast detect magic, and I will just take a look. I want to look at the items they picked up, but I also want to look at our companions.
Okay. You take 10 minutes to cast detect magic on this, and you look at the companions also. Nothing on them is, well, it's not entirely true. There is something magical on Zulkin's hip, but it's unclear exactly what it is. But there's something magical there.
Okay.
And none of the orcish stuff is magical.
What type of magic is emanating from Zulkin's hip?
I'll check.
All right, Nalla kind of sighs, and she takes the great axe and the chainmail and the spear. Oh, come on!
I say, Nalla, this was wielded by a great orc warrior. I don't know if it was his spirit or the weapon itself that made him so powerful, but I feel like this could be a weapon that you could get great use of. And I would...
If it's the exact fucking thing as the great axe she already has.
Enchantment.
Thank you, Sully. Yeah. And I'll say, perhaps this is worth switching to for a time. Spend some time getting to know your new weapon.
Fine.
You can insight check it if you like.
Everything I said is true.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm going to insight check Filthy. Yeah, that sounds excellent. Go ahead and roll that charisma check, buddy.
Deception.
Wait, is it deception against insight or?
Yeah, it's my
Deception
insight
versus
against
insight.
deception. Buddy,
Here we go.
best roll.
You need to roll as well, though.
Oh shit. I have to do
You
insight.
have minus like 1 also.
Yeah, I'm -1 also.
You can still roll 1.
My god, I rolled 1 on this.
He's not necessarily lying, but he's not telling. There's something off about it.
What are you talking about, Barros? What are you not telling me?
I didn't want to break it to you straight away, Nalla. I know you were excited about this axe. I didn't want to dash your hopes, but it is a fearsome orc war axe, but it is just an orc war axe.
This is okay. There will be other magic great axes later on.
So this is not a great axe.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, like, later on there will be magic ones. So then she takes the great axe and the chainmail and the spear, and she just kind of dumps them on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry now. Maybe some other time.
All right. So, shall we?
I want to ask Keller. I'll walk to Keller and ask: did you guys raise the drawbridge before coming in initially?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Which means someone lowered the drawbridge
Well,
before the orcs attacked.
it's possible they climbed the wall.
Okay.
Suppose.
I want to kind of take a look at the wall to see if it has been traversed, as in if there are any marks to show that the orcs have.
How high is the wall?
20 feet.
20 feet.
Okay. So, I don't know. What are you doing exactly?
No, I guess I look from the top of the watchtower.
Okay.
I guess.
So you move to the top of the watchtower and then kind of like look out, and around here, there is a very roughly constructed ladder propped against the side of the wall.
So there's no spy in here, Galg. You can rest easy.
Or the spy left the ladder as a decoy.
That's true.
Very smart orcs.
I would at very least dismantle the ladder.
Well, you can't get to it. Unless you're to lower the drawbridge, go outside and go and get to the ladder.
It's like...
Well, the ladder
from the
just...
top. No, you're not long enough.
Yeah. I can't push the ladder out.
You're only
It's
this
20
tall.
feet. It's not propped against the tower. It's propped against the wall. And it's about here, right? You can see it.
I can't see it.
There's a building in the way there, so we can't actually see where you're pinging.
Okay, so, Gao, you went to the top of the tower, yes?
Yes.
The ladder is
Right,
not in the tower. It's scaling the wall, not the tower.
Right.
So you'd have to walk out of the tower to the wall.
They went over the wall and jumped over the wall. They did not go through the tower.
Okay. Oh well, I guess one of us will have to stay up here, I guess, for the night.
Well,
In case I'm...
you can just go take the ladder outside the town. You can walk outside the town.
Someone could do the same thing.
It's just Erifror on his own. What are you doing, Erifror?
Yep.
Having this conversation with
No,
himself.
Yep.
He just hears
I'll
Barros'
go back.
voice in his head.
I'll go back to the group and I'll say that there's a ladder propped against the wall outside. That's probably how they came in.
Oh, okay. Very smart orcs. Let's go get it.
Did you pick up the ladder?
No.
Alright, fine. Okay.
But
so
they could do it again during the night.
I feel like this is a minor detail. Let's go grab the ladder.
Yep.
We'll take it inside. We'll chop it up, and we'll use it for firewood.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Alright, Nalla's gonna go lower the drawbridge, get the ladder. Does anyone want to come with Nalla?
Sure. I'll just keep an eye out for you, just over your shoulder and whatnot.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Nalla
I'm
does that.
gonna stay
I'll
in the
say
tower and get
it's-
them.
I'll compliment Erifror on finding the way they entered and suggest that we keep extra watch now that we know that the walls aren't going to be much of a deterrent.
Are you going to do a controlled lowering of the drawbridge? Or
Yes, I'm gonna wait till
just release
someone
the
else.
locks?
No, I'm gonna wait for
Alright.
someone else to be here and lower it properly.
Okay, cool. So you do lower it, you go outside. The ladder is very, roughly made, but it's sturdy. And lashed together with various twines as well. But you can take it, put it horizontal, and bring it back into the town easy enough.
Okay, cool. Nalla will do that, and she'll just drop it, close to the center of town, and just leave it there and go back inside at the end.
And raise the drawbridge, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
Alright.
Did we want to have someone, on watch?
Yes. Oh, yes, we do. I think we should... where the other two are, where Zulkin and Keller are, I think we should barricade the doors for the evening. In that little room. I don't think it's worth trying to hold the town. There's not enough of us to hold the walls for that. Let's just fortify the little room for the night.
Okay,
It
so
is
we're
2 p.m. just now.
That's fine. We'll just,
We'll
just
give us
do a bunch of nothing.
Yeah, I agree. We'll,
So you...
well, it is only 2 p.m.
We're
we
we're
want to
long resting for sure. We're not going to do anything before we long rest.
Yeah, the question is there maybe some benefit to traveling in the evening? At night?
Oh,
Is it
you
gonna
mean
hurt us more or
long
hurt us?
rest now and then leave when night starts or something?
So the pros as I see it are it's going to be harder for Eryn to find any trails, but we might. It was a couple hours north, right? The cave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we might just start it and just
Northwest,
get there
yeah,
very early morning. It might be fine. My push for doing this as opposed to just killing the evening here is that this is already days old and it's townsfolk who are in the hands of presumably very hostile orcs or goblins and potentially giants. So we may not wish to wait longer.
What are you saying, Ricky?
I would recommend to take at least a short break,
Whoa.
short rest before we start going.
Yeah, no one's
At
arguing
least.
against that. We're going to take a long rest either way. But
Yes.
Yeah, I know, but just now, before we start marching, so we don't get like maybe ambushed on the way, so we maybe
We're not
use
doing
the short
anything
rest.
before we long rest. 100%. There's no.
I know we are not doing anything, but we, at the night when we are going to rest, we might be ambushed. So I would like
He wants to take a rest in preparation of the rest, in case we get ambushed during.
just to heal a little bit
Gotcha.
using the short rest. Or any like, I don't know if you guys have anything to replenish with short rest, but I'm quite damaged, so.
I'm hesitant because it feels like like
metagamey kind of. Yeah.
It's within the rules, and like it's a fair concern.
It makes total sense logically.
Eryn is seriously hurt,
Just not
and
from the
like,
character world.
he's aware that we might be ambushed. It would be good to like.
Sure.
Right. Okay, yeah, from
By
a purely game point of view, it does make sense to do that. Yeah.
What stops our dwarven cleric from just chanting these ritual of healing every 10 minutes for the next hour?
It's not a ritual.
Oh, it's not a ritual.
No,
It's just a cast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, sure. Let's take a short rest before we take our long rest.
Well, you can't benefit from a long rest twice in the same day. And you woke up approximately 7 hours ago.
So we have to wait until night, basically. If we insist on long resting, we have to wait until night and then sleep through the night and then wake up in the morning for a long rest. Yeah,
We're good dead. I mean, we can push ourselves to save these people we've never met who may or may not still be alive.
But screw that.
We're not doing that while we're dead.
Yep.
For the sake of our own health, we need to stop first. So I guess we
what
will
I
kill
want
the
to
evening.
do, if we have 2 p.m., I want to use 1 hour to short rest, then start going, spend few hours like walking, and then take the night like long rest. It says several hours from here, so we don't get there immediately. So we will be able to.
Yeah, but the closer we move to there, the more patrols we run into, the more it's outside the town, the more like just random stuff in the wilds we might have to fight. I mean, we barely, at least from my perspective, we barely lived through this.
I can see Eryn's point, but I still would prefer not
I'm trying to fill the time that we have like now.
Yeah.
Sure.
How to spend it, so.
I think because the villagers have been gone, I assume that's where we're going, by the way. We haven't decided on that yet. But I assume that because the villagers have been gone for like days now, that waiting an extra, however many hours isn't going to make that big of a difference.
All right.
The ritual has begun. Half of them are already sacrificed.
Okay. Well, at the very least, then we all agree we're short resting. So let's short rest.
Yes.
So
okay, sounds
we'll
good.
break out some food, tend to our wounds, and otherwise just do our best to recover from nearly dying.
Okay. So first you're taking a short rest, yeah?
Yep.
Alright. So the first hour of it, goes uneventfully. So you can roll your hit die and recuperate your short rest resources.
Okay.
How many hit die do you recover? Is it half rounded up or half rounded
None
down?
on a short rest.
Yeah,
Spend
but
hit dimes.
on a long rest, I mean.
Half rounded down.
Okay, so we recover 1. Okay.
Big numbers, boys.
One more.
Okay.
Nalla always rolls big numbers.
Yeah, Nalla has fucking big con and a big barb. All right. So a little bit of food in me. Let's tend these wounds, close them up. I guess there's probably going to be some campfire stitches going on right there. Got a couple of new scars. But looks like we kind of came through in one piece.
So, we still have to decide, are we going to the Weeping Cave, or not the Weeping Cave, the Dripping Cave?
Dripping.
Are we going to the Dripping Cave to where we know the goblins are, or are we going to this other cave where we expect the villagers to be at?
Well,
was it ever said that they are in some cave hiding? But I don't remember, so I just know they went north, that's all. I don't know if it was said. You keep saying about cave, but I'm not sure about
Well, I
that.
assume it's some kind of
Well, the goblins are gonna probably know one way or the other, right?
Oh, so just straight to the goblins?
Eryn is personally for the dripping caves. To go there.
I'd like to weep at the dripping caves, so I'm in.
I mean, that's fine by me. Either one, flip a coin.
I mean, it feels like to me if it's the same direction, the same thing, we're going to be looking for both while we're up there. We should just keep our eyes peeled. Whatever we come across first, maybe we interact with first, and then we do the second after. I mean, it's not going to take... It's not like we're going to spend days sieging the goblins. It's going to be...
Right.
It's going to be quick and bloody. Either us
We
or
know that most likely people are being held hostage in the caves, and we know approximately where it is. Like, going to look for the guy with the villagers is possibly like we are not going to find anything, so it might be a waste of time. I would rather go for something which has higher chance of succeeding.
And we already have some intel on it. Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Sounds good.
Alright. Well, do you guys want to set off in the early morning then? Maybe call it in. Oh, sorry.
Hold on.
Yeah, before we go off, I'm going to go to each one of the bodies of the humans who fell during battle, and I'm going to virtual cast Gentle Repose on all of them.
So a lot slower.
Are the Zulkan and Kella still inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've kind of gone to their own room.
Right. Do either of their rooms overlook the courtyard that we're in?
No.
Okay. As Erifror goes around each body and casts his ritual of gentle repose on each of them, I will also go to each body, including the orc bodies, but not neglecting the human bodies, and just take a quick look for coins.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
I appreciate that. That's something that Barros would do.
It absolutely is.
All right. Okay. You find all in all, total, you find 34 gold pieces.
I give them to our pack dwarf, and say Erifror, next round's on me, and hand him the 34 gold. Keep it for the group. You know the drill. We split our profits 4 ways. All right. And I'll smash him on the shoulder as I go by and say, "I'm glad you made it through," and then head back to the place we're staying.
Okay, and so over the night, we're taking watches, sort of our standard watches, but we're just trying to defend the inn and not the town.
And to be clear, I know it's not night now. I know we're about 3 p.m., but we're gonna do our best to get to sleep a little bit early and try to get up in the middle of the night and leave.
Okay.
Right.
Since it's still day, since we know that there are wargs in the caves, and we were told that the wargs like food. I'm going to look for something that the wargs would like and that we could use as bait or as a bribe, essentially.
Nice.
Raw meat, probably.
Yep.
Maybe they will like the orcs.
Raw meat.
Orc meat?
Wargs aren't gonna
Orc
matter. It's
meat?
not gonna bother the wargs. Yeah, I like
No, yeah, feed them orc. Screw it.
We can maybe use the pile of bodies of the orcs.
What does orc taste like? So human's supposed to taste a little bit like chicken. What does orc taste like?
Fungusy.
Fungusy.
Fungusy chicken?
You can try Barros if you want.
It's like a portobello flavor, you're saying.
A very, very tough portobello mushroom.
That's fair. That's fine.
Scrumptious.
But that's what wargs want. That's what wargs will get. So, to sleep.
I mean, how much of this orc meat are you looking to take, Erifror?
Yeah, Erifror didn't share this. He's on his own.
I can totally picture this dwarf, going outside, taking some kind of, knife and, chopping off, orc legs and coming in with, 3 orc legs over his shoulder.
Doesn't he just have bludgeoning weapons? So
I mean, he can find some kind of
Question,
his
question
spiritual
one,
weapon
is it
just,
even
like, going to the
necessary?
bodies and beating an arm off. And he's got like an orc arm over his
Isn't
shoulder.
Well
it enough to
tenderized.
just pile the bodies? Like, the warg doesn't care, he will eat anything. Like,
Well, sure, but you're not going. The dwarf isn't going to be like hauling around giant orc bodies. He's
Hey,
going to like.
are you the dwarf?
he can ask for help.
God, what are you doing?
I'll go talk to Nalla.
Yes. How are you, Erifror?
I'm fine. I was just thinking, you know how we were told by that goblin that they have wargs there and the wargs like meat?
Yes.
I think we should give the wargs some meat so that we can try avoiding fighting everything that we encounter.
Excellent idea.
Yeah, and you remember you lugging that entire corpse back to...
Sure.
Do you want to do the same for... or something similar?
Okay, so we find a giant beast and kill it and feed it to the wargs.
Well, we do have a giant beast kind of in front of us, and I point to the orc.
I suppose.
Do you want to ask Eryn? Should we ask Eryn to help carve out?
How many adventurers does it take?
Does it take?
How much orc do you think a warg would need to eat?
One leg each, I suppose.
Yes,
So assuming that there are three, we kind of need three.
Okay. Okay. So then Nalla goes out and she chops off 4 orc legs. She brings 4 orc legs in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool.
I kind of, as I see them coming in, no one's saying it to me. I kind of open one eye and see what's going on, look at it a little bit skeptically, close the eye, and go back to sleep.
Okay. So we are now.
Therefore,
going
any
to
comment
take
on
the-
this?
Doug?
Nice warg bite size.
All right. So you got your cuts.
So in our inventory, I'll just add 4 orc legs, I suppose.
Uh-huh. They smell pretty fucking terrible. How are you carrying these, by the way?
Maybe they would.
Ring on his teeth.
Maybe they would smell a little better if you slow roasted them over the fire.
Not for a warg.
Roasting meat? No.
Oh my god.
It's a good idea,
Okay,
but it's
So
not
I'm talking mechanics here. How are you carrying 4 orc legs? You do not have a bag of holding. So what are you doing?
You all strap it to his back.
Gal,
I'm up with her.
what are you doing?
We can. I'll find some rope to bundle them together,
All right.
and
Like chickens.
An orc leg is the same size as Nalla's leg, by the way. These things are like fucking like 3 feet long and very heavy.
They have joints in the middle.
The image
Bend
of
them up.
that.
Just take like a rope and tie them up so it's a bushel of orc leg,
yes.
and just like hold them.
Mm-hmm.
And just carrying them under an arm.
Yes.
Get a backpack. Lash them to the outside of your backpack. It's like, you know, when you go hiking and you got your climbing boots and you got your fucking, you know, climbing shoes and all the other stuff hanging off of them. It's like that with orc legs on your backpack.
Is that what you're doing, Gal?
No, I asked Nala to help carry them. Remember?
No, that's fine. And now we'll strap into her backpack. That's fine.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you guys are wanting to wake up in the middle of the night, yeah?
Yes.
As early as we can while still being able to long rest.
Yeah.
With our bundle
So
of orc
that-
legs wandering down
that's
the
it.
highway.
Okay. So you all get all your resources and then half your hit die back, so you get 1 hit dice again.
Good. Excellent.
What a rough day.
Nah, it's a new day. A new day with new and exciting things to be seen. More gold to be found. Goblins to kill. Let's get on the road. We're gonna spend the rest of our lives in this shithole.
Okay, so the rest went uneventful, and what time is it roughly?
It's the middle of the night.
Okay.
All right.
What are
It's not
our
the middle of
friends
the night,
doing?
but it is during the night. Like, you don't know what time it is. The only way you'd normally tell the time is because of the sun.
Right. So
It's late.
best guess is like between 3 and 4 a.m. or something.
Could be.
What is Xiloscient and Kela doing when we woke up? Are they still sleeping or are they awake?
You don't know. You're not in the room.
Oh, they are in different. Okay.
Yeah, they're in their own room.
Fine, so let's head out, or do we want to do anything else?
I think we could just head out.
I think that's good. Let's get on the road. We got a long.
We
So
told them. We told them what we were going to do beforehand, so.
Well, I mean, we told them we are gonna be gone. We didn't tell them when. It's fine though.
No.
They won't care.
Mm-hmm.
They might think they're being attacked, but I think let's just try to be quiet on our way out, not wake up anyone up, and let's get out of here. All right. We will.
So
Go on.
northwest then to the caves.
Yeah.
Yes,
Still
northwest
dark out,
to
Sully,
the
or kind
Dripping
of like
Caves.
pre-dusk? Like what?
No, it's dark.
Dark.
It's dark.
Then I will cast light on my sword, leave it sheathed, and just follow kind of close behind Nalla.
Just
You're moving
grab
at
onto
half
an
speed.
orc leg.
Say again?
You're moving at half speed. You have to move at half speed.
Do we?
Because you can't see moving through the walls. Yes, that's half speed.
Well, can he just like grab an orc leg and just like blindly just kind of follow?
Still stumbling. Like, it's still half speed. Like, you cannot move at full speed blinded.
No.
Not with everyone.
I'll say just-
Maybe there is at least one guy who
Just
doesn't have
unsheathe.
dark vision,
Yeah,
so
exactly. So you guys
Yeah.
just don't look back. I'll stay behind you so you don't lose your night vision. You'll be silhouetted against any archer fire, and I'll stay behind you. Sure, we'll do that. I'm all for
All
the
right.
plan.
So you unsheath the sword, and it's pretty fucking bright. Even like you guys who are walking out front, like you can see like the illumination of the grass. Like it goes pretty far.
We do have a lantern, by the way.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have. a lantern.
Oh, right. The directional lantern, yeah. So you could just have it
Where's the
directed
sword?
in front of you.
If you remind me about the lantern, I'll switch to it. But at the moment, I'm using the sword.
Let's say Erifror just reminded you.
That was in character. I didn't know.
Yes,
Oh,
it
good
was.
call, Erifror. I'll sheath the sword and use the hooded lantern instead.
So he could just like point the light right in front of his feet so he can move it full speed, but it's not like a giant signal to everyone around us.
can I like track on the way without slowing us down
Yes, you can actually.
when
because
we are
you're
already like
rangers.
moving slowly? So I would
Yep.
like to look for tracks of like goblin or orcs on the way when we are going that way.
Roll me a survival check.
Which one?
Survival.
I couldn't hear over everybody. Sorry.
Survival.
Survival. Okay.
Okay. You find a various amount of tracks, actually. You find what are definitely orc tracks. There are various humanoid different types of tracks. There are some human, there are some halfling, and there's some dwarf, which are leading to the north. The orc ones are very like confusing everything, though. The orcs seem to have been traveling in lots of different directions. But there's one as well which particularly strikes you, because beasts is one of your favorite enemies, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's very fast moving deer type creature. That you see there's some tracks here coming from the east, and then also going to the east as well, sort of perpendicular to your traveling path. You continue to travel along, Roll me perception checks, guys.
You were ambushed by a giant moose.
Can I ask, because of my natural explorer, like while tracking other creatures, you also like the number, size, how long ago does that work? Or is it too long for the tracks to like that I can't determine the time?
Well, hang on. Give me the perception check first. Okay. Eryn, out in front of you, maybe like 100 feet or so, 150 feet. Still dark at this point. You see that there's several different mounds in the ground, body-shaped, with a singular pole sticking out of them. They're not moving.
Okay, I want to stop the group. It's like there is something in front of us, but from the I think they might be bikes with head on them, but I would carefully approach that. It's like 150 meters in front of us.
Okay. Can we see it when he points it out?
Yeah, you guys are. Once this is shown to you, you can clearly see the body on the ground with something sticking up out of it.
So is it just like one body or like a pile of bodies?
It's not a pile. It's individual bodies scattered about.
Is it like impaled body or like body completely on the ground and then like a spear?
You guys approach, and each of them are orc corpses, which are currently on the ground, and all of them have been peppered with arrows. Quite long-shafted arrows as well.
I was about to ask, if I look at that, do I recognize this as the work of any particular faction or race that uses these arrows?
Roll me an history check.
History, okay.
No, investigation. Okay. Investigation.
Investigation it is.
So it was an 8-year-old, yeah?
Yep.
Nope, but they could possibly be from a longbow. However, as a ranger, Eryn, you immediately recognize these as elven arrows, but also forest elven arrows.
Aha. Okay. I will give this information to others. Oh, I recognize these. They are most likely elven arrows, so it's possibly there might be like the Wood Elf village close by.
Can you tell how long they've been dead, Eryn?
I can check that. Just a second. Can I like know if I know about like any wooden village, like Wood Elf villages around?
You've never been to this area, so no.
Oh, I thought...
Even like from stories or anything, okay.
I thought earlier we heard that there were wood elves in the forest of the east. Did we not? I'm asking kind of the party.
I don't remember.
Okay, never mind then.
Okay, yeah, and I would like to check if I can determine how long ago these bodies were killed or set up like this.
They're not set up like these are not deliberately placed here.
Like is it the pike with head on it, right?
No, it's not. It's
it's
full of
just
arrows.
bodies.
Just dead bodies of orcs and...
With lots of arrows in them.
Yeah, okay.
Roll me an investigation check.
Let's see.
Particularly long, it's less than maybe 2-3 days, less than.
Less. Okay, most likely less than 2 days. So these dead orcs could have been the part of the orc army that attacked us last night or last day. But I'm still surprised that they managed, like, with this huge number to get to us. I don't remember elves being like not taking care of them when they were going through their territory.
Well, at least it's good to see that we're not the only ones out here killing orcs.
Yeah, but not as good to see that there's other people here shooting people full of arrows. So
Yeah, I think I would manage to talk with them if we meet them.
yeah, if they got to the point of talking.
Well, we are mostly humanoid beings, so
With a number of orc legs sticking out of our backs.
it will at
Trophies,
least show
my friend.
it will at least show up that we did something with them, so they may be like
The
grateful.
enemy of my enemy is my... Wait,
friend.
how does that go?
Believe me, you don't want to know the end. Shall we... Well, I guess there's a decision to be made here then. Do we want to continue on, or do we want to seek perhaps the aid or intelligence at least of these wood elves? Question is, do they live around here? Is this maybe just a raiding or a, patrol party of some sort that encountered these orcs? Are there any dead elves in the area that I can see?
Nope.
Okay, anything that... Do I see bloodstains that aren't accompanied by corpses? In other words, maybe there are other bodies that have been moved, like elven bodies that might have been brought with them or taken away from here?
How long are you wanting to spend checking this?
Cursory. 10 minutes maybe.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
No.
we are in the forest, right now.
Nope.
No?
We're going northwest,
You're
towards
our
the hills.
ranger, right?
Yes.
You're
I'm just asking if
approximately
like
here.
it's like I'm just
You're heading
thinking like
northwest, correct?
wood elves wouldn't leave
Yes.
their territory. It's like
Would they?
they maybe drag the bodies out like to here so it doesn't spoil the nature.
I'm happy to move on. Do we see anything?
Same here.
I don't
How's
think there is any elf close by, so it's okay to move on, I think.
Yeah, I would like to just, if I can, just attempt to listen and see the sounds of the area, the insect, bird stuff, this type of stuff, normal, or is it massively different here?
There's very, very little noise actually, like not even insects or anything like that.
Let's-
Barros would like to commune with the crickets,
No, I just want to listen. Look, Nalla,
right?
you got your big new shiny axe. Let me take a minute, figure out what happened here, then you can go hit
No.
something with your big new shiny
It
axe.
took the shiny axe and dumped it in the inn because Nalla's not interested in it. It's worse than the one she has already.
No, I think we're gonna.
Okay,
Let's continue though. Let's
before we
continue
go,
on.
I just want to give the information to everybody that there is also a huge creature that was moving around here, and it came from east, which points out to the forest, the Arctic forest, right? So most likely it's not a normal like beast, it's like huge deer or something, so it can be
That's
magical.
not how I
elven.
described it. I said there are several deer, not one, which were
You
moving.
said it's like
A massive deer? What type?
You
How big?
told me that it's like the tracks of the big deer. You said it like this to me, the big deer.
Holy
like-
shit!
No, I said the tracks of several deer, which are moving
Several.
quickly.
Several. Okay, maybe I misheard that, sorry.
All right.
Okay, so there's several deer tracks.
There's an enormous deer. Is it a moose? Have you seen a moose? They can be mistaken for enormous deer from people who don't know better.
I don't think so.
Not a moose. You're sure?
I'm not sure if I ever seen a moose.
So it could be a moose. You're saying? 50-50.
Let's take
I
a
know.
break there, guys.
All right. Then, gentlemen, we'll be back shortly. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon.